So May 28th, before we got to actually play with the cards, I made this tier list where I tiered every card initially based off of my thoughts on their perceived strength. And I think here today to answer the question of how wrong or how right was I? I just got top 10 win streak with your tournament buzz. Hell yeah. So how are we going to start this? Most of these are correct. But let's talk about things where, and we're going to obviously adjust this because this has been, and I'm going to say it, I think this has been one of the best metas we've ever had, Shenotic YouTube. Let's talk about some cards, right? And like where we got things wrong and like why we got things wrong, right? So, Repel. Let's talk about Repel first. I think that Repel, I put Repel in S tier. We can start top to bottom, right? I put Repel in S tier. Ain't no way bro fumbled shit. Like, shut up. I put Repel in S tier, and that was clearly false, right? But why was it false? I think the reason why it was false is that it was strong. I was correct on it being strong. I kind of thought that it being like Sabrina was like insane, but it turns out that there is a really healthy mix in this meta of strong EX decks and strong non-EX decks. I mean, strong evolution decks like Charizard, Solgaleo. So while this is a strong card, it is not extremely meta. It's not even extremely meta. I think it's a strong card. Let's just talk about the card. Shenotic. I thought Shenotic was bad. Why did I think Shenotic was bad? I think Shenotic was bad. If you guys know, right? It's just draw a card, search a card. I thought that in a 20 card game, Shenotic was not helpful, right? I thought that because there's 20 cards, you barely brick anyway. Why did you use Shenotic? Guess who was freaking dumb? Guess who is dumb? Repel was also not good because of Sylvie, right? I should have mentioned that. Sylvie being one of the best cards, I also fumbled on Sylvie, so we can talk about that after, right? So yeah, I think that Shenotic is very clearly like strong to like extremely meta. I'm happy to put it in extremely meta. I'm glad to have been wrong about it. I think that this card, now that we have the basis of like how Solgaleo decks work, all these other decks work, it's going to be a card that will be used for the future. And here's the thing, right? I'm happy to be wrong about cards. I want to be wrong about cards because that means that there's still a lot for me to learn about the meta. Like this is a learning experience. Electrical Cord. I thought that this card was great. I thought Manaphy on an item is broken. However, it was only good like the first week, which it was really good the first week. But Lightnings just kind of suck. All right, Lightnings just kind of suck. And so this card ended up mostly being like, okay. Bro, Gladion YouTube content. To be fair, I didn't expect Sylvie to be broken. That's exactly it. What we're going to do is we're going to take one from the top, one from the bottom, right? So we took just Electrical Cord. I think Electrical Cord, its issue is that Lightning sucks. Lightning is really a whole ass potential, man. Bro is a pocket scientist. I want to be proven wrong. No, it's good to be wrong, right? Because like I can understand in the future when I do this again, what is strong, right? And now we know that this was not one of the ones that are strong, right? So with that, Electrical Cord is just okay. I think that this has potential to go to strong, but it needs Lightning to be good, right? And even then, the best Lightning decks were starting to just run Rocky Helmets for damage reach because they all do like 0 damage for some reason. The next YouTube, Gladion. Gladion ended up being extremely meta. Can I put Sylvie and Gladion up here? For the first, like, I think Sylvie kind of defined the meta, right? Sylvie and Gladion was the, more so than Shenotic, Sylvie and Gladion were the ones I got the most wrong. Because I was just like, oh, more targeted support. And I'm going to straight up say it because I know you guys are freaking haters. No one predicted Sylvie to be as strong as it was. Or maybe some of you did. And if you did, sure, whatever, dude. But to be like tier 1 for like a week was great. Eventually, I think that as the meta went on, Sylvie dropped. If Sylvie's dominance continued, I'd put an S. But I think it's a solid, extremely meta card. I was completely wrong about Sylvie Gladion. I said it's a Snorlax-like card day one. That's true, but like Snorlax wasn't like great. This is like even better Snorlax-like card. So yeah, I mean, like if we look at my even like my tier list, right? If I grab just like the, I think I have it right here. Right, in my tier list, look how many Sylvie decks exist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this doesn't cover Sylvie Palkia that just existed and Sylvie freaking Giratina for some reason. So basically, extremely meta card. Created a lot of decks on its own, which is really cool. I like that. Sylvie is the Maharaga of PTCG. So what? Now let's talk about what might be the best card, and one of the cards I'm pretty sure I was just right on is Luzamine, right? Luzamine was S tier. I think Luzamine is broken, right? Like Luzamine makes it so that you can go first and second and be fine, but Luzamine is just like insane. You're never safe. If they had Luzamine right in hand, they will just bring it back. This doesn't look like Shadowverse. Thank you for the sub. We're opening packs up. I'll open up packs after I'm done with this video, but stay tuned to that. Yeah, Luzamine is goated. Luzamine is goated as hell. This card, like, here's the thing. You feel like you're safe, right? Think about it. You're little Timmy. You just KO'd a Buzzwell. You think you're safe. You know, your opponent has Celesteela, Luzamine, Pheromosa on board. What can you do? They draw, they put Buzzwell down. They Luzamine the Buzzwell. And all of a sudden you get the low tier god like video of them running, chasing you down in like the winter forest. That's Luzamine. That's Luzamine Buzzwell. Also Buzzwell, a lot of content creators got this one wrong. I knew that this was gonna be the best card. So yeah, you guys are all gonna clown on me for Solgaleo and Shenotic and Sylvie, but no one has given me my flowers on calling Buzzwell the day one broken. The day zero broken. I knew that shit was gonna be broken, and it was. And it was the best deck, and I think it's gonna continue to be good. However, with Flareon and I want to see some more Eevee stuff, I can see this deck get worse. That said, I was spot on. Points for me. Pheromosa, I was also spot on. I think Pheromosa was just good, right? Boom. Let's just get through to all the Ultra Beasts that I was spot on. Nihilego, I was also spot on. However, I didn't understand that Nihilego would also make Darkrai broken. Because Darkrai Nihilego is good. But then also Dark with Nihilego is also very good. Without Selly, Buzz is kind of So here's the thing. Celesteela, I think is also up here, right? Celesteela is the engine. No, if I'm putting these, Celesteela is here. It's still like an A. I was correct. It was extremely meta. But I think that like Sella is the engine for all like future Ultra Beast decks. So yeah, Selly is like, I think Selly's S. Selly's S. It's the future. Like if they ever release another Ultra Beast, like even like 6 months down the line, Celesteela would be used. Cause yeah, it's in Guds too, right? Zeraora. I think that I was correct on Zeraora being good, but I think I overrated how good it was gonna be. And that's because, like, as you can tell, I was pretty high on S tier, right? I was pretty high on Lightning being really good. And I was wrong, right? I think that these are both, even Tapu Koko, I think Tapu Koko is strong. But that's as far as I'm willing to go with these guys. Like, they've had, like, good tournaments. Zeraora is part of a really strong deck, but I definitely overrated it. I definitely overrated it, right? And because I really thought Lightning was going to be strong. YouTube content, everything in YouTube content is correct. But let's talk about some more bad cards. Stoutland. I think I was wrong about Stoutland, right? I think that Stoutland was, I think, a solid, like, okay. I'm not going to put it in as strong. I think it was okay. Maybe I will put it in strong. Well, we'll see where I put other cards. I think Kartana, I was correct. Kartana is strong. Kartana isn't, like, meta-defining. Like Pheromosa made it so that double Cyrus builds can be run. Kartana was just good. Kartana was there so that you don't lose to freaking Oricorios and stuff, right? And other decks, right? So I think I was correct on Kartana. I think Stoutland is cool. Stoutland ended up becoming an anti-meta deck, and that was really chill. That was really cool to see. Similarly, Blacephalon also had its moment of shine. I would put this in okay. I think that like it had its deck. Both of these have its decks, right? This had Sylvy Blaze, and it was really strong for like a week. I think that was really cool, right? Some cards I was wrong on. I think the Decidueye. I thought the Decidueye would be really freaking good. And it had like a resurgence at the beginning and then at the end and nothing in the middle. So the Decidueye I was just wrong on. But that's because you gotta think about the context, right? You gotta think of the context of where the meta was, right? This is a day 1, a day 0 tier list. Decidueye Meowscarada was a top tier deck. So therefore I thought that Decidueye Pheromosa would be a good deck. Turns out I was wrong there, right? I think the Decidueye maybe can come back in the future. So I think these are just like okay. They were not as good. Statline below Decidueye as well, but you gotta remember the context of where we were, green and gold, right? The context of Decidueye being an S tier deck in the last format, right? And that was wrong. Other than that, Claydol got 0 use. So Claydol was bad. I was completely wrong about Claydol. Claydol was just ass. And that's on me. Similarly, Lycanroc was also never used at all. At all. Like Lycanroc had no, I don't even, you know a card is bad when I don't even know what it does. Genuinely, I don't know what Lycanroc does. Let me look it up. Genuinely, I do not know what Lycanroc EX does. EX Pocket. Okay, discard a fighting energy from this Pokemon for 130. Yeah, like that was stupid of me. That's bad. Like I thought that like because Rockruff, again, this is the same thing with why I rated Decidueye so high. Because Rockruff was meta, I was like, oh yeah, this would be cool. But no, it was just bad, right? It loses to like, it was not even the best fighting, right? Yeah. But it was not used. It's not bad, it was just not good. Which makes it bad. Naganondel. I think I put it properly. My hot take is I think that adding Naganondel to your deck, to your Guzzlord deck, makes it worse. That's my hot take. You can debate me on that, but I think it makes your deck worse. And it just makes it bricky. But it's an okay card. I just think it's too many cards. That's literally Flareon. So no. So on the YouTube tab, Kutsu says Lycanroc is literally Flareon. No. Flareon has energy acceleration, which makes it 10 million times better. Energy acceleration in Pocket is broken. Naganondel. There's only 2 ends. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Naganondel. It is. So Guzzlord. Guzzlord is actually a lot stronger than I gave it credit for. I think it's the top 3 deck in this meta. I just didn't see, I thought it was like too clunky, but actually is good. It has a great curve. It was really good into Charizard, really good into Sylvie, really good into pretty much every deck that wasn't Buzzwell, right? And like Solgaleo a little bit. So really cool that I was wrong about this one. Really nothing else to talk about. Grindcore wasn't insane. I think that people like freaked out over Grindcore. It's not that crazy, but it's cool to have, right? It's like really good control. But I think the broken part was Nihilego, right? Any poison damage with this is really good. Beastite, I think is the last card I haven't talked about. There's 2 cards I haven't talked about. But Beastite, was okay. I think like, let me think. Beastite was like, how do I explain it? It had its use, but it wasn't like widespread use. It had its decks that it was good in, right? It's good in like certain Guzzlord decks. It was used in Buzzwell decks early, until people realized like other cards in that deck are good. So I think that it's okay, but I think it's cool. I think if they ever up prize points, look at this card. If this game ever becomes like a 4-point game, look at this card. I don't know if it'll ever become a 4-point game, but if it does one day, keep eye on Beastite. And Beast Wall was okay. So originally before this week or before 2 weeks ago, I was willing to put Beast Wall in bad, but it actually had a good niche. There was a Buzzwell deck that came out that use like double Buzzwell, double Stelly, one Pharaoh, and like double Beast Wall. And that was cool to see it get used. We're gonna do some tier adjusting in a moment, Underdog. So yeah, that's what my thoughts on. And after looking at this tier list, I'm gonna do some more moderating. So I think Stoutland, Blacephalon are clearly better than everything in OK. So that was me sneaking on them. I think that like what Sylvie did was great, and A was for extremely meta. So like the reason why Sylvie, you're saying is Sylvie too low? No, because this is like these were the best, right? The best, like most impactful. Whereas A is gonna be extremely meta, right? These are all like archetypes, one archetype. Sylvie is great. I think Sylvie's here. I can put Sylvie in S, I guess. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll put Gladion here, but Sylvie definitely S tier. Because of what it did, right? It's like stayed relevant all year, all month. Freaking pockets all month. But yeah, I think that like where it's at is good. This is where it should be. Tearing things, I think Pheromos is probably the weakest of these. Like Pheromos and Guzzlers are kind of the same. It's like this. This tier, I think that Zeraora is obviously the best card in this list. And then like Stoutland, this. I think just like Repel. Repel is strong, by the way. Repel will be used. But I think that Pocket's meta is really diverse. And we're entering an EV format next, which is going to be evolution centric, or at least stage 1 centric. So I don't know how strong I want to put it. You know what I'm saying? Bro is doing the Tapu dirty. Tapu is strong. This is strong. So I think it's like this. I think like this is like fine. And like maybe I'm doing like, they're all good. The OK cards were okay. I would put Cord here. Something like this. I think Nagananda is better than the Decidueye. And all the bad cards, I was correct. All the YouTube content cards. Looker, actually impressive that they printed a card just as bad as Looker in the very next set. But yeah, so this is where I'm at. Was there any other cards here? No, these are just like basics. If I want to put Type Null up there, Type Null is really good, right? Like Top Null was just like up there with the package. But yeah, this is where I'm at. I think that I was wrong on a lot. And I think that going into the EV Grove, when we do this again, I will try to be a little bit more better on these. I'll be thanking Bad Dogver for the follow. Because I think that like Luzamine is going to be broken, right? You can never sleep on Luzamine. Celesteela is the engine of 2 decks. Buzzwell was just the king of the format. Sylvie was like the underdog, right? Like making so many different decks. Really, really cool. Nihilego and She, just insanely good. I slept on She, right? I slept on Gladi because I slept on Sylvie. And then, yeah, I think that this is good. Other than that, this has been a retrospective. I think that this format is still the best one we've had. I'm going to miss it.